Since the holidays started, my sleep schedule has been completely thrown off. I've been staying up much later than usual on this particular night. I didn't fall asleep until around 2 a.m. What happened next is hard to explain. I woke up, or at least I thought I did. My bedroom is on the second floor of the house, and the back garden sits just below, next to the kitchen. There's a large overgrown bush in the garden. When I woke up, I suddenly realized I was inside that bush. Somehow, I had no trouble moving. I could walk through things, even pass through doors. It didn't feel like a dream, but it didn't feel like being awake either. I made my way back to my room and saw something that stopped me cold. I was still in bed sleeping. And then I actually woke up. As my eyes opened, I turned toward my bedroom door, and that's when I saw her. A face, a woman, worn down, almost ragged in appearance, staring straight at me. Her image is burned into my memory. She didn't move or speak, just stared. Then, in less than a second, she faded away. I've never had much experience with the supernatural before. Things have happened to me when I was younger, but I always chalked it up to imagination. This time, I'm not so sure. When I was a boy, my summers belonged to my aunt's houses. She never owned one, just drifted from lease to lease, like she couldn't grow roots anywhere. That year, she lived in a dim two-bedroom flat with green paint peeling like scabs. The air had a damp smell, as if the walls remembered storms. She warned me the first evening, "Don't sleep in the far corner of the living room. People don't stay well there." She didn't elaborate, and I didn't press. The first night I woke up to the faint clink of metal, not from the street, inside. Spoons tapping plates, a pot rolling gently, then one sharp clang before silence. The next afternoon, curiosity won. I lay down in the corner, my back against the wall. The sun fell in through the window, painting the floor gold. Yet the warmth never reached me. The air felt thicker there, as if I stepped underwater. By evening, my head throbbed and my skin felt too tight. That night, the clatter returned closer. The sound didn't come from the kitchen now. It breathed against my ear. Then a shift in the air, like someone settling down beside me. I turned, only shadow. Fever took me by morning. My aunt hovered over me, muttering, her eyes darting to that corner. Days later, she spoke almost reluctantly. "The neighbors told me an old woman lived here before. She adored this house, died here, that corner." She stopped, glanced at the empty space. "That's where they kept her before the last rites." She never said more. We felt the flat soon after. But even now, years later, certain things follow me. Sometimes in the dead hour of the night, I hear the faint ting 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 of metal on metal from my own kitchen. Sometimes I found the spoons resting on the floor when I'm certain I left them in drawers. And sometimes when I wake, I swear, I see the silhouette of a woman crouched low in the corner of my bedroom, not moving, not breathing, as if she's waiting for me to notice her. Cassie hated her grandmother's house. It smelled like old fruit and bleach. The kitchen light flickered and the basement door was always a little open. That night a storm shook the windows. Cassie couldn't sleep. She heard scratching from the basement. She walked barefoot to the door. The sound stopped. She turned on the light and went down the stairs. A cold metal smell hit her. There were dark stains on the floor. Something moved in the corner. A hunched figure came forward in a torn nightgown. Its face was ripped, its mouth hanging open. It dragged an arm that was not its own. "Grandma," Cassie said. A wet, strange voice answered. "You are just in time. We are hungry." Tall, tall, pale things with long fingers came from the dark. One grabbed Cassie by the neck. She felt for something and found a hammer. She hit the creature hard. It fell. She ran up and shut the basement door, locking it. Everything was quiet. Then Cassie saw her grandmother in the kitchen, clean and smiling. "The things you saw weren't in the basement," she said. The light went weird and the house turned into shadows. The basement door opened by itself. It led to Cassie's bedroom. Inside, pale creatures stood still, all wearing Cassie's face. They smiled together. They gave me a choice, the pit or the grave. My right side of the brain was going to kill me. So the surgeons said they would cut it out. The last thing I remember was the needle that makes you sleep and a count from 10 I never finished. Then I came back slowly, cold, a steady beep to my left. I was awake inside my body, but my body wouldn't move. I forced my head to turn a little. On a trolley by the table was a clear bin with a red bag inside. In the bag was a pale, shiny lump of meat, threaded with tiny red and blue lines. It was my brain, half my brain. At first I thought it was a dream, but I could think. If I can't think, what is that thing? Panic girl. I tried to make my left hand move. Nothing. The part of me that played piano, that saw faces, that moved the left side, maybe that part was in the back. The doctor's words come back. Each side of the brain can be its own mind, a quiet partner. Was that other mind alive a moment ago? Did it feel being taken out? Who was I, now half a person? Was I ever whole? My mind clouded at the shell of my skull. There was no answers, only the monitor's beep and the sight of my other half waiting to be burned. I am the person in the corner of your eye. We all dread that feeling that you are not alone. That insidious burning sensation of malevolent red eyes watching your every move. You might be alone right now, but in the corner of your vision, I linger, unblinking, not quite human, yet disturbingly close. I'm the shadows. I'm lurking in the corner of your eye. How did I get into your home? Irrelevant. What do I want? Not your concern. What am I doing? Waiting. Now, let us be clear. We all indulge in our fears. That second guess, the double back, the fuck moment when you think someone is about to rush out of the shadows towards you. I even know the scenario. You are rushing to the bathroom, but yet you stand motionless in your own hallway because just as you were running past your bedroom, you see me in the dark waiting. So you stop. You squint and adjust your eyesight to try and discern the fact from fiction. You mumble mantras about it all being in your head. It is not. I am the person in the corner of your eye. I am now in the corner of your room. Aren't you hearing this story right now? Why not take a quick glance around? You are sure, you are positive that you are alone? I'm fast as well. A little white tooth behind the door or a red eye in the mirror as you brush your teeth. A towering shoulder leaning just in your peripheral vision while you are watching TV. You might be walking by your staircase and hear a little bump or tapping upstairs. Here are words of wisdom. I easily vanish once you confirm your rational worldview. Once you reiterate those ghosts, ghouls, and creatures that look like you but are not you do not exist. Everything calms down. Your heart rate rests. Your anxiety calms. And you shake your head, cursing your stupid mind playing tricks on you. The jacket on a chair does look like a demon, but trust in this. The moment you convince yourself not to double back, the moment you laugh at yourself and dismiss the idea someone could be in the corner of your room, in that moment I am there and I'm not going anywhere. Check your rooms, check your basement, hold your breath and look out into your yard with a torch. Make sure your doors are all locked. And just before you begin to relax, just have a quick peek to make sure no one is waiting in the corner of your eye. Try not to make a noise as you discern what is or isn't real. Always make sure that I'm not still in the corner of your eye, because if you do not, I will be right behind you, and then it is your turn to go to the corner.